Auto racing, about 500 miles. My thoughts of embracing, speed around the old Beaton Junior and Senator home.
All righty then. We're shifting gears to, man, well, here we're ready to roll here. Let's find out the need for speed. Got it going here.
And, I haven't seen a race car yet with a check engine light, so we're
right.
Good.
You're right about that. You're right.
I hope I never do.
Yeah. It's interesting because you got a lot of things. They got a race down in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah, there's a couple of good races.
Florida's very hot for that stuff, and they draw well, and they're sponsored, and there's interest.
Yeah, we had a couple drivers to call us in on the Wide Open Wednesday, and actually joined us at the Trenton race last weekend. That were racing down in Florida, and a lot of inside stuff going on down there. And,
yep.
It was in Trenton. We went to Trenton last week. They had the Indoor Dirt Nationals, sponsored by Area Auto Racing News, and over at the Cure Center.
Yeah.
And Nick and I set up our Wide Open Wednesday booth over there. Was doing some interviews and having some fun and drinking some garage beer.
Did it work out?
It was great.
Okay, the organization, everything fell into place?
Yeah, great weekend. We had a very, very good time.
All right, it's time. He's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend.
Uh-oh.
That's Earl Krause, I believe, is with us. Hello there.
The man behind the Trenton Indoor Races.
Nice.
Hey, good morning, Fred.
Good morning, Earl.
Tim.
Hi. How'd it go?
Very good. Excellent.
Good.
Excellent racing weekend.
Yeah, we had a very good time over there. We were just touching on it. We talked about it a lot last night, Nick and I, and how much fun it was over there. There's good racing going on, and maybe you can do another recap for us. What was going on over there?
Yeah, one of the neat things was that, of course, these are the 600cc micro sprints that race at tracks like the Spirit Auto Speedway, the little track at Bridgeport on Friday nights. They also at the Kutztown, Pennsylvania Action Track, the Landco track in central Pennsylvania, many other speedways, Millbridge in North Carolina, for example. And the feature wins on Friday and Saturday night. Friday night was won by Zach Beeler, one of the fine young drivers of microsprint racing. And on Saturday night, making it even cooler, was that his dad won, Pat Beeler, who has been a longtime competitor in microsprints going back over 20 years. Matter of fact, they call him the icon because he's just one of the best. And so on Friday night it was Zach, and Saturday night his dad won. And his dad won in a car owned by Gary Colucci, who is from Connecticut, and he's a longtime race car owner and mechanic. And Gary, back, maybe 20 years ago or more, had sprint cars that competed in, for example, the URC. And among his drivers, Ronnie Dunstan, very hard-charging driver, Nick Finoro Jr., and then Gary got into microsprints. And his number 24 has been driven by Ryan Rochelle. He's the grandson of the late Paul Sandy Rochelle, who was the top modified and sprint car driver for many years. And his dad is Jason Rochelle, who is also a very fine race driver, has competed in legend cars and also microsprints. And Jason's daughter, Ryan's sister, Morgan Rochelle, was a former Miss Motorsports several years ago. And she's also a very accomplished microsprint racer herself. Well, she married Zach Beeler, who, of course, won the race on Friday night. And last year, just before the start of the indoor series, Morgan and Zach found out they were going to be parents for the first time, and they had a son. And this year, Morgan was going to race the number 24 of Gary Colucci again. And just before the start of the indoor season, they found out she's going to have another baby. So
those pesky kids getting in the way.
I would have got away with it. It wasn't for you kids.
Yeah, future quarter midget racers. So Morgan and Zach, of course, wisely decided, she's not going to race, for the indoor series this winter. So the number 24 was open, the ride. So Pat Beeler, Zach's dad, who is a longtime friend of the Rochelle family, he took over the ride for Trenton and ended up winning. And it was great. I talked to Gary Colucci afterwards, the car owner, and he was quite literally in tears in Victory Lane because as many years as he's raced, and his cars have always been very successful. This was really his first big win, and he was so happy that it turned out to be a father-son deal. It was just really great, and Gary's one of those really good guys in racing. So it was a really feel-good story, and it just added to the entire excellent racing weekend. So glad that you, Fred, that you and Nick were there to see it and share time with the fans. I know a lot of folks stopped by your display there and got to know you guys in person.
Yeah, it was a very, very good time, and made a lot of nice contacts and have people join our shows in the future. A lot of guys, Caleb Scarborough called our show last night. He's the Millbridge track champion, I believe it was.
He raced down there, and he actually raced against Kyle Busch.
Yep, and beat Kyle Busch.
In a micro sprint down there.
Yeah, he beat Kyle Busch. So that was a good conversation we had with him last night. And then we were all talking, Nick, Kate, and I, and on air. And then we went out to dinner after the show last night, and we were talking about the track and how there was such a low line on Friday. Everybody was staying low, and how the Salmons and everybody worked almost overnight to get the track to a position Saturday where it was some very, very competitive racing, and we saw some of the best racing in the Inside Series ever. It
was a totally different service between Friday and Saturday night. And yes, as you mentioned, Davey Salmons, who takes care of the track prep, he and his team stayed there till 4 o'clock in the morning, Friday night into Saturday, to completely change over the clay surface. They worked their magic, and as you saw, the drivers on Saturday night could go anywhere, high, low, right through the middle. Yeah. And total difference. It shows the dedication of Davey and the entire Salmons team there to put on a good show for the fans.
It was a good show. There's a lot of fans there too. I was pleasantly, I shouldn't say surprised, I was pleasantly pleased to see how many people were there.
What's the count there, Fred?
You have like a rough count of what was there?
Actually, I don't. I know the arena, I believe, and this is unofficial, I believe it seats at least 6,000 people. Yeah. And so I'm really not sure, to be honest with you, how many were actually there.
I mean, I heard people talking between 4,000 and 5,000, but that was unofficial. That's just people walking around.
Be about right.
Yeah. People walking around saying, there's like 4,000 or 5,000 people there. I was like, okay.
Again, it's such a big arena, but you could see as you looked around that there were a lot of people in the seats. So, I would say it was definitely the biggest crowd yet for our indoor series for Trenton. So.
And I did find pork roll on Saturday, so I'm good.
And the weather held up to go, which is good.
Yeah, we were set up right next to the Chickies and Pete's concession.
Yeah, you had a good spot there.
Yeah, location. They're between next to the drivers signing autographs and the Chickies and Pete's. Yeah, couldn't get any better.
Sponsors.
So we're going to hit Chickies and Pete's up for some sponsors.
Betcha. You bet.
We had a great time. Did find some pork roll at the one booth down around the corner there in the 200 section. So I was happy. It doesn't take me much. Yeah, it doesn't take much for me.
Nice.
But
it's an indication of just how many people were there and the enthusiasm. Just down from where you are, where you were located with the display, was the Area Auto Racing News Indoor Racing Series novelty stand, as it were, for want of a better phrase, where all the shirts and goodies are sold. Like the event T-shirts and hoodies. They were completely sold out of shirts. There was nothing left at the end of the night.
Yeah, I waited till Saturday, and then there was nothing left.
I know, right? And
So I was like, wow, that's really, really good. I mean, there was a lot of stuff being sold, even checkered flags.
Yeah, with a good start like that, maybe the momentum would build. It's kind of a good indicator of what's coming.
That's what we're working for. Yeah. That's one reason why they all do what they do with the indoor, to keep the momentum and the excitement through the winter time, and then in a couple of weeks, we're going to start the outside series.
A good opener, though. That's brings good luck, I would think.
I would say.
Yeah, good enough.
Just look in the pages of Area Auto Racing News here. You'll be the outdoor season actually started last weekend as well.
Okay.
We had our indoor races at Trenton, and Lincoln Speedway in Pennsylvania started their season with the sprint cars.
They have snow tires on?
Actually, they did extremely well out there. Chase Dietz won the sprint car main event. He drives for the Stamen team. That was actually his debut in the number 23 sprint car, and he outdueled Danny Dietrich, who's one of the top drivers in central Pennsylvania, to win at Lincoln on Sunday afternoon. There were a number of people, media and a lot of fans, who were at Trenton over the weekend, and then they went out there on a relatively nice Sunday out there at Lincoln Speedway to watch the 410s on Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
So it was a great racing weekend.
Yeah, I'm committed to racing, but that's taking it to another level. It's still a little chilly for Fred.
It's not Fred season yet.
No, that's what we were talking about with Maple Grove, when they had the daily drivers. I was like, that's because he could turn the heaters on in the daily drivers and run down the track. Because man, I'm not taking my tea bucket down there. And there's no windows or a heater.
Ooh.
So, but I'm really excited to all the racing all around here this year, and I'll be down at Wall with you, Earl, and we'll be doing some stuff. And
it's very consumer friendly too, I would think. Or just the average one who would be interested, casual.
Yeah,
and see what's going on over there. It's the first time we have an event.
Yeah, you can hit any of the tracks, Wall, New Egypt, Bridgeport, they're all hanging around, $24, $25 a ticket?
That's it. The average price for an adult ticket for a regular Saturday night show at Wall, New Egypt, Bridgeport, Grandview, Big Diamond, they're all just roughly $20, right in that range. Yeah. And kids' prices are lower. A lot of tracks have discounts for seniors, for military veterans, for first responders. Most tracks you could just bring your food in a cooler. Just a great family night, and we've said this for so many years. And we've gone to the races, going back many years. And it's so neat with local racing. It's generational. We say at Wall Stadium, for example, this will be the 75th year of racing at Wall Stadium, and there are 2, 3, and sometimes 4 generations of fans who come there. I mean, and you get to know them. It's like a family. It's the same with New Egypt, Bridgeport, all the other tracks. That's what makes local racing so special.
Yeah.
And that's why we're part of it. It's like, we went to the races at Trenton this past weekend, and, I saw so many folks there that, I know from Wall Stadium, that I know from New Egypt or Bridgeport. It's just like people are there, the race fans are there. It's not if you're an asphalt fan or a dirt fan, you're there to enjoy a night of racing with your family and friends. And we always say the racing family, it's like, it's so special.
Yeah.
And this is what makes it enjoyable.
Try to get some new fans, too.
Into the season.
Yeah, we're always trying to get new fans in there, too, so start new legacies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. All right, Earl, well, Nick's going to be calling in, and we'll be bugging you next week to see if we can get together and get in time capsule. We were talking about that last night at dinner as well, me, Nick, and Kate. And
looking forward to that.
Yeah, we got the studio set up. We just got some new sponsorship. Always could look for some more sponsorships, but we got some new advertisers, and Garage Beer is signing on with us, it looks like, and we're in.
Jason Kelsey.
Very good. I'll close this with something different here. This isn't this involves local racing on a national level. I'll share this with you guys. Kyle Taraska, who you saw race at Wall Stadium in the TQ Midgets. He's a former ATQ MRA driving champion. Runs the number 22, racing for Lenny Boyd. That's the car comes out of that shop. Kyle Taraska is going to be, he started this last year on a limited basis, but he's going to be a spotter this weekend at the Circuit of the Americas NASCAR Cup at Xfinity weekend in Texas.
Nice.
He's going to be a spotter. There's actually a 3-man team of spotters because it's a big road course. He's going to be working for Trackhouse Racing, Kyle Taraska, spotting for Shane Van Gisbergen in the Cup Series.
Nice.
And on Saturday, he's going to be working for the spotting team of Dale Earnhardt Jr., spotting for Connor Zillich.
Okay.
So great move for Kyle Taraska. He's a New Jersey guy, and he's going to be doing probably 6 spotting assignments this year, along with racing his TQ midget locally. So I want to give him a shout-out. He's really looking forward to being part of that.
Good.
Nice.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Guys working themselves up, but still never forgetting where they came from.
Spot on.
Exactly.
So,
yes, indeed.
All right, my
cool,
man.
Earl.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. We'll
Have
be
a good
talking.
show.
Alrighty. All right. We're shifting. We're not only shifting gears, we're shifting guests.
Oh, yeah.
And he is the co-host for you on Wednesday, huh?
Yeah. Been waiting for Nick.
I'm just one of the spokes in the wheel on Wide Open Wednesdays. Mr. Foxwell, how
You're the hub, Nick.
Doing
you
well.
are the hub.
Doing well. Doing well here.
you
Everything.
mentioned Trackhouse Racing. That's who Caleb's father works for Trackhouse Racing.
Yeah.
So, wow, they're getting a lot of airtime with us, Fred.
There you go. We're going to have to hit them up.
Yeah.
We have to hit them up for some shirts or something.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Nobody gets out alive.
Yeah, we got a nice gift box from Garage Beer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Elizabeth took care of us, sent us some stuff like she promised us.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, Garage Beer's getting pretty popular on Wide
Yeah.
Open Wednesday.
Yeah, we contacted...
That's the official fuel of the
that's
of
us.
the America's Mechanic.
Yeah, we got Pat Dion Beverages, Brian over there.
Nice.
Talked with the sales rep for Garage Beer, and he hooked us up with a nice cutout of Jason Kelsey. We're going to break out on Saturday when we do our videos. Got us some other stuff, a nice beer sign, and the Garage Beer wants. They told Brian over at Pat Dion's that. They want to get involved with us and the Relay for Life. They want to help out the Relay for Life. So, yeah, they have a very benevolent heart, and I'm glad to have them on board with us.
And
Yeah, I mean that's going to be a fun deal. I mean, yeah, we had a good time last weekend, Mr. Foxwell. You got to start hanging out with us.
you guys are running in the fast lane though, for me. You guys a little bit too much for me. But
Come on now.
things are looking good though. The first week Earl was talking about, and that's a good start. Always a good omen that you get a nice crowd, a little juice, and everybody starts talking about it a little bit more. And who knows? I mean, that's a good deal.
Yeah, we had a nice collection of guests stop by and did some interviews, and one of them called again last night. Caleb Scarborough talked with Nick on the air last night.
Nice.
Talking about Millsboro and how he did against Kyle Busch and all that, and what's going on down there. So.
Well, the best part is you got to meet people that listen to the show that
Yes.
never got a chance to see Fred, and now they got a face with the voice, and most of the people that were there know who I am, and they're real happy about what's going to happen this year.
They
so
saw my face, and
we
then
made
they
a lot
turned
of
back the
contact.
radio. They turned the radio back on.
It looks like Russell. It looks like Russell
Got a
Crowe.
face for radio.
Looks like Russell Crowe.
Now we made a lot of contacts that's going to help us out, not just for the radio station, but for Wide Open Wednesday and everything else that we do. So that we hit a home run.
Good.
So that was great.
That's a good start.
Yeah,
That's
we
a
were
good start.
repping WBCB very proudly over there at Trenton.
Doing well.
Yeah, and we got to try out our new Wide Open Wednesday team shirts that have WBCB on them. So yeah, we're on our way, so to speak.
Got a shirt for every day, don't we?
Just about.
Freaky Friday and Thirsty Thursday.
I got
and-
Fletcher Scratch shirts. I got the Wide Open Wednesday shirts. I got the C141 shirts for my race car. Now I got Garage Beer shirts.
There you go.
Yep. So, but nope. We get through the week here. We're going to do something Saturday, I guess, and we'll get you in there one way or another, Mr. Fox. But
Yeah.
you can't hide.
No, I can't. But maybe I get a couple of my doctors to
We'll
sponsor.
get you up here on a Saturday. We'll get you up here on a Saturday.
All right,
We'll get you on
guys.
the videos. So.
You the man.
I'm going to deal with the people out here and keep the highway clear for you. I'll talk to you later.
You're doing a great
don't-
service.
Don't
Thank
run
you.
anybody over, and watch out for jackknife trash trucks.
Yeah. All right, my man.
You got it. Talk
Okay.
to you later.
All right.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nick. There you go. He's a little shy, but he's coming around.
Yeah, we did it. I mean, he knows everybody, and we were over.
He
at,
does know everybody.
Yeah, people stop by. They see Nick. They stop
like
by,
him.
then they got to meet me, and now hopefully I can.
Yeah,
compliment that.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's like, you don't sound anything like you do on the radio. They used to do that. I said, I'm much taller in person. I always told them that. But yeah, I mean, you're looking for that, and once somebody will tell somebody, somebody will tell somebody, somebody will tell somebody.
And that's how it's working out. I mean, we're getting a lot. I'm even getting my customers that listen to the other shows. saying that they've been catching the wide open Wednesday and thoroughly entertained with what we're doing and staying informed, and hopefully that translates into putting butts in the seats at the tracks.
Yeah, and you're able to carry your topics over from one to another, and also address new, and you're dealing with maybe a new audience somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, people like having the auto repair show and having the race car show with. It holds the fringe, between the two. It's like a little bridge between the two, and people that are hanging on the bridge may come over and see us. Like when it sounds like from everybody, if everybody holds their word, when I run my first race in at New Egypt, May 10th, with the Vintage Series. There's going to be about 40, 50 people just coming down there with Fletcher's Garage shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, George Strait won't have a chance at his concert on May 10th.
I was really bummed. I mean, I wish he picked him and the two of my favorites, George Strait and Chris Stapleton, playing the same day as I'm breaking out my race car.
If you can get a garage beer and a couple of Fletcher's T-shirts for him to wear, you'd be great.
I would tell him.
Drop that baby right in there.
Catch him in there. I got shirts for him.
That's right.
Let me know.
That's right.
Garage beer cowboy hat. So
we also got some oceanfront property. Yeah. We want to sell them, right?
I was like, oh man, George Strait, and Chris Stapleton, and I'm like, May 10th. I'm like,
May 10th.
Crap.
Yeah. Well, their
I might run out to Pittsburgh though, because they're going to be out there at the end of May.
Well, their sales will have to suffer. I'm just where it goes.
Yeah. Well,
sorry.
I figure I lost my sister. She's not coming to New Egypt. So
that's pretty big. That's pretty big.
But my dad may come out, which is always exciting for me. So that might get my sister back on my side.
There you go. That's right.
So hopefully my cousin comes down. She used to race, drag race. I haven't seen her in years, but
so it's interesting because Earl would talk maybe 4,000 plus. I mean, that's not nothing. I mean,
no,
it's not.
It's not.
You talk about the way the weather's been, how cold it is. I'm not sure if I want to go, and if somehow somewhere between. About 4,500 maybe max.
We'll use a round number 4,500.
And the joint was jumping a little bit, a little buzz going in the crowd there.
Yeah, there was some going on. There was a lot of cheering going on.
Yeah.
And seeing a lot of people that even don't run the inside
we're curious
series, or run dirt. They were all there. You've seen asphalt drivers, you've seen dirt drivers, you've seen.
Anxious to see what AC might be able to put up. I mean,
AC? Maybe they might have a count of what happened down there.
Yeah, that'd be interesting if that goes.
That was a concrete track, so it's a little bit different but there still was a lot of mix, dirt drivers there.
A lot of curiosity, a lot of chatter, a lot of
a lot of buzz for the upcoming year.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting there talking with Glenn McIntyre, Dom Antonelli. They came on and was talking to us, and we were swapping stories about because I'm sponsoring Dom's car. He actually painted his engine block pink, which makes me proud. And
well, you add as the conduit now. You're sort of the conduit to that. We don't have an outlet to know about racing, but now you're not only are you involved, you can also talk about the business.
Yeah, and being having the car, being behind the scenes with the tracks now with Nick and Kate and Warren, and having a lot of the inside stuff and being able to convey that information to everybody that's listening in our area, which we didn't have since Skip basically had his racing show, and he actually was more national than local.
But he knew everybody. That's what Skip knew everybody in the business. Yeah,
Skip knew everybody, and Skip was a lot of fun to talk to on the air.
He was very welcoming too.
Yes.
And got everybody involved.
But. That's what we're trying to do. But like I said, I started out as a glorified fan, and then I bought my own car. But having been friends with Nick and Kate and Warren, who are actually all behind the scenes in different capacities, we're able to convey information that. We get our own
make
a total package for everybody.
Maybe run this Skip Clayton 100 or something like that.
I'll do a Skip Clayton memorial lap.
Right. And the guy's published author. He's done. He did books on the Big Five and racing and everything. I mean, he's an author
everywhere.
Yep. And he was good to have, ace in the hole kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I miss talking to him because he was on after me.
Yeah.
In the afternoons.
Yeah.
And he used to hang out. Before he got on the air.
Yeah.
We'd sit there and yak about racing and stuff like that a little bit.
Yeah, that may have sparked you to do a show.
May have somewhere down inside Skip Clayton's inside me.
That's true. Yeah. Well,
talk about racing. Nah.
Well, it started in the afternoon talking about car repair.
Yeah.
Now you in different parts of Wednesday nights and here Thursday mornings and out and about with the racing circuit too. And
a lot of people don't realize the reach that WBCB has, and until you really get into it, it's done wonders for me and my business. Now it's doing wonders hopefully for the racetracks, and it looks like it is. And then being able to bring it out to everybody in my world.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to probably bring 40, 50 people to New Egypt.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of my friends that I went to school with. A lot of my family members listen to WBCB and didn't even realize, I had the racing show, but now they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been getting things on my phone like, do you remember when? And one of them was the Flemington Speedway.
Yes.
I threw that in as a share.
Those are my big Flemington.
Yeah, I think I threw a share in that. I think you jumped on that.
Yeah, yeah.
But that, you see all that, I just stopped for a second. I said, that even though I was in a big racing, I knew about the Flemington.
Yeah, well, Flemington was
good. How big and rabid that area was growing up.
Oh yeah, well,
this before they put 78 in and anything up by 202 and 31.
It was all two-lane
road. Yeah.
Well, we considered Pennington Road turning into Route 31.
Yeah.
So.
And they get that Circle Diner still there, and that works for me.
Yeah, we always talk about that. That's one of our Nick too.
Yeah.
One of my memories of stopping at the Circle Diner when we were kids.
Yeah.
Being able to get autographs from some of the drivers and hanging out or at the Wiener King next to it.
Yeah, I mean it was other than Flemington Furs, other than that there was
Marty Resnick in Flemington.
Yeah, I mean
he's got his car.
The area was nothing but farmland in those days.
Yeah.
I mean now Hunterdon County's huge.
Yeah, we used
huge
to be
for racers.
You drive up 31 going to Flemington, you see all the guys when they're working on their cars, getting them ready while they're driving up there. Like Howie Krantz lived right outside of the Flemington Fair. My car back on through Pennington and all those guys.
And you get the bonus of them coming over the bridge from Easton and Allentown.
Yes.
You can get some of that.
A lot of those guys.
Yeah.
And
through Hunterdon County.
Still a lot of guys that Brian go down. They can still call him the Ringo's Rocket. And, there's a lot of
up in Annandale, up in there, it's a pretty good. Up in Warren County could be.
I mean on both sides. I mean, then you had other tracks up there like Harmony and stuff like that, which I've never been to. But I heard Earl and Nick talk about Harmony.
Yeah,
that's up that way.
Let's run the Branchburg 200. See if we can get anything going there.
I'm trying to think of there were some Easton guys coming over. They just come over from Flemington.
See, it's all melds together. I
think Tom Hager was from Easton.
Yeah.
I know Nazareth had a track.
Yeah.
I think Easton might have had a track.
Yeah.
I've never been to Easton.
They have, yeah.
I know Nazareth did because I remember being there and being minus 150 degrees over there. So.
Yeah.
So I had a hot chocolate that froze.
Yeah, that would be and it would, it would be go hand in hand with each other. That everybody could do well.
I mean, everybody ran. It was like Windsor Friday, Flemington Saturday, Windsor on Sunday.
That's right. There's no day off in the racing circuit.
No day off in the racing world. No.
But we're on Thursdays and an hour of power. I'm telling you. So, anything coming up on next Wednesday we should know about?
No, we put it out there, and the people get a hold of us, and you can keep on our Facebook.
That's right.
You can stay on our YouTubes.
Yep.
And keep an eye because Nick and I are going to have, and I'm going to have an America's Mechanic YouTube coming out this weekend. We already had one last weekend, so we're going to try to do it every other weekend, and that'll keep everybody informed.
Staying in the fast lane with Fred.
Stay in the fast lane.
There you go. Thursdays here on WBCB.